Sticks and stones may break my bones, but rocks will kill me instantly. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. Match 2 of this GAC season, 5v5 with Professor X, my middle account. It's a good account, folks, and it might be the final GAC for that account. The final season. So, this is a good match. We got a good win last time. Hopefully we have a good win this time, but we'll have to find out. Well, what we didn't have to find out, but I want to shout out are that my patrons are amazing. Thank you guys so much for your support. I truly appreciate every single one of you. And if you want to support this channel for free, folks, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment, mount the algorithm. It may be the algorithm's final GAC season as well. I'm guessing it's not, but you gotta make sure to take advantage of these things while you still can, folks. All right. My opponent had less GP than me. It was surprisingly in my favor on a lot of different things. So I'm beating him on relics. I'm beating him on mods, except for the 20 to 24 range. That seems to be the one I'm losing across the board on every account, every time. For some reason, that seems to be like the one thing I'm always like, for whatever reason, people just have that area covered versus me. But not to fear, I have more plus 10s as well. Datacrons, I was even winning on this one. I had more rerolls and more level 9s, so pretty good stuff. My defense is the exact same as last time, folks. Did not change a single thing about it, so that makes it pretty easy to just flip right into my opponent's defense. And alright, so they placed a Padme team, a Queen Amidala team with the hero boys, or whatever you call them, the dudes. I don't know what words to call them, guys. Kenobi and Qui-Gon. He was in a guild that was called something about free-to-play, and I was like, oh yeah, this looks free-to-play. Even had the Kenobi, Cron, and everything. That's fine, though. Rey is there with Baby Cal and Holdo. He's also got Leia. He's got Kelleran back. And the interesting thing about this, guys, in the bottom zone is every GAC, there'll be a few different comps that I'm going to say, okay, look, for the most part, we're just going to do this. When I see this team, I'm going to use this specific predetermined counter, and that's not always what I'm going to do, but a lot of times, I mean, that's the way you do if you don't want to go completely crazy, you know, and people can play that if they're really paying attention, if they're looking at your history, that's fine, though, because otherwise, you kind of just need a few different counters to be able to, you know, rely on. And the amazing thing is about this zone is all of my counters that were predetermined were on the bottom zone. And so, I guess let's find out how we still have to make it work, right? We still have to execute, and then there's Jedi Master Kenobi up top, which I have a planned counter for that as well, but if that doesn't work out, things can get pretty dicey pretty quick. So let's get to the actual video here, folks. So the first one is, so he's got this Queen Amidala team, not super high relics. You can see she's relic 5, and her gentleman suitors, and notice that C-3PO's on this team as well, which is, I mean, it's so intriguing that he did that. It's very strange, but it's fine. It's a low-ish relic, but this team is really strong. So, always use my planned counter this season is Bane for this team. And you know, use Sith Empire Trooper if you can, so that if they hit back under protection, then they just kill him instead of me. And do the AoE, kill everyone except for Mr. Newbie 1 Kenobi here. Just hope he doesn't hit hard enough. He's only relic 7. You know, that's not me talking smack or whatever. It's just just the statement of fact that that's what he is. And he is killing Red Trooper pretty consistently every time he decides to hit him. But then Red Trooper gets his gets his revenge, gets 75. Good to go here. Okay, so I checked real quick to see what the Cron was, because I jumped in without even looking. And the weird thing about this, folks, so I'm using no baby Cal here, and usually the strategy, folks, I'm not used to people, this is such a weird comp, that there's Holdo and baby Cal, and usually, and see, I'm probably debating it here now, I'm trying to figure out what to do with Mal, because typically we're trying to get to the point where, you know, I target someone that isn't Rey. So we got her into healing immunity, and then I was like, which one do I need to go all in with with Malicos? Because typically Malicos has to choose one of those two, and usually there's only one of them. So the fact that they're both in the same comp was a fairly strange situation. Now, trying to figure out exactly what we want to do here, because most of the characters at this point were in damage immunity. Decided to take Ben into damage immunity if we could. BB-8 just didn't care, apparently, about the damage that we did. But yeah, we're doing okay. Remember, baby Cal not being on this team makes it a lot less resilient. I'm trying Ninth Sister here. I think I might even have the Ninth Sister level 9 Cron right now in this situation. So yeah, just trying to figure out exactly what we want to do here with these guys. Remember, Malicos can target outside of the taunt, so you can just ignore Holdo, and we just ended up deciding to kill the whole town there, apparently, which is pretty good. Everyone's like, yeah, I'll you know, the person comes up, Malicos is like, I'm taking offers, volunteers to die, and people are like, I'll go. A lot of people raised their hands. It was very nice. Now, here's one that, I mean, whereas it's predetermined that this is what I want to do, and use GG STAP, it's always nerve-wracking, especially you saw R2-D2 stun STAP, and that if you don't have the Datacron and the Omicron, that's where you lose. That's the lose condition. So the fact that I have the Datacron and the Omicron both really helped me here. And you guys have seen me already. I think, did I do this last match? I don't know. You know, that Leia right now, she'll go back to being a really tough out on defense pretty soon, is my guess. But this current Datacron set with STAP as lead, or not lead, but STAP as the instigator, it just demolishes Leia. It's tragic, really. Poor Leia. And then here's Radis. So we have to kill Radis, and then we have to kill Radis so we can kill Jin, so that Jin doesn't revive Leia. I feel like that would be a catastrophic incident if she revived Leia last minute there. Whew. That would probably make for some really good YouTube, to be honest. But pretty boring here. Just got a 62. And so far, clearing this zone has been going pretty well. Now we do have the Dark Trooper Moff Gideon team to... So this is pre-planned for me if they don't have Jedi or General Skywalker. If General Skywalker's on this team, which is a comp that I've run in the past as well, and everything, then I will, you know, this is the team comp that I want to use every time, unless General Skywalker's on the team, or there's something else weird. You know, you always have to make your value judgments and stuff, but you go after Anakin first because he can make your life really tough. Hit the squishy guys in the back, but I mean, it's kind of funny. My Imperial Remnant team has 3 Relic 8s, and you would think that Dark Trooper Moff Gideon would be one of them, but he's only Relic 6 here. Him and both of my tanks, him and Stormtrooper, Relic 4 on Stormtrooper, but we're doing okay here, as you can see, and you just gotta be patient. I do need to boost Dark Trooper Moff Gideon up a little bit, just so that he can start taking hits from the really tough comps. I mean, this is a Relic 3 on Ki-Adi-Mundi. This is one of those things where it's like, well, this team might have worked against me if he had higher relics, but he doesn't have super high relics. I mean, Ki-Adi-Mundi's still being a huge pain. And folks, this is the reason why that taunt Omega is better for, like, a lot of people say, oh no dude, don't never apply the Omega that lets Ki-Adi-Mundi taunt. But dude, this is the reason why. Like, on a Keller and Beck team or a Qui-Gon Jinn team, he turns into an enormous cone-headed pain in the ass. But now he's a dead pain in the ass, so that's better. That's fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you? Let's get that Stormtrooper back in, and comes in with full health protection. This must be so demoralizing to be Mr. Beck here, which is fine. That's what we want. We want him to be a little bit sad, a little bit of sadness. So remember, when we want to apply that death mark from Death Trooper, wait until they don't have foresight anymore. You just miss, and death mark does not apply. So in the back zone, what diabolical schemes is my opponent concocted? And no galactic legends here, guys. A weird Phasma team with the First Order Cron. The Finn Zori team, of course, is always scary, but they don't have a comp that requires me to hurt all of them before I start taking them out. So it's not too bad. All right, you guys saw this last time as well. I should have sped some of this up, but I didn't really. I just sped it up the usual. You know, it's 140% speed. That's all my battles, except for ships, are 160% speed, just to keep things a little bit fresh. But I didn't speed this battle up. The idea here, of course, for those of you who are uninitiated, who haven't watched my first one or haven't watched me live, which of course you can watch me live for free. In the video description, there's a link to my Twitch account, and I live stream all of my GACs, folks. Anyways, we've got... Sorry for the shifting of my seat here, folks. I've been sitting here for a while editing, but you put Grandmaster Yoda as the 5th here, and because their team with Padme and the Padme Cron can ignore taunt, then their cat comes in and kills Grandmaster Yoda, which is great because that means she doesn't kill our own Ahsoka, or our own cat, and that's great because we don't want our own cat to be dead. Easy enough. And then I like Shaak Ti here just because she's always giving out, you know, assist calls. She's always giving out heals. She's giving out, I mean, she can't gain bonus turn meter under Jedi Master Kenobi, but she is hitting back with her counters, and every time she hits back, she gives everyone offense up, which is something we really want to be able to see. So we're just focusing down snips right now, and then eventually, what we're doing, guys, is I didn't bother to put the graphic up this time, but if you know, Kat's just waiting. She's waiting. She has that buff on her right now. That's the Ataru form, or whatever it's called, the Atari form. It's where you are good at Atari, apparently. You're old school like that. But she's just waiting, because attacks out of turn from her or the other person who has it on the team, which in this case is Jedi Master Kenobi, every time they attack out of turn, that's another 50% boost to the damage she's going to do when she does her big hit. Maybe, is it the Xian attack, maybe? I don't remember, guys. Anyways, she just wants to build it for like 2 minutes, if she can, so that you can one-shot Jedi Master Kenobi, and then you just got to be real cautious here. Take out Padme as soon as you can, because we only got a minute left. And then General Kenobi, we can just hit auto against. But you got to be pretty on the spot in terms of can you actually... Oh, good, she doesn't have any bonus protection. Can you just you know, execute in time? You don't want to time out here. You're mostly successful if you're focused, but you can time out. You can time out, and it sucks. Of course, it's probably a lot easier if you make your cat super fast, but I just don't want to remod, so I'm not. Alright, got that one done. Aphra on defense. So this is an interesting one. This is the reason we put that weird CLS team down. So we can keep Han and Chewie here. And so the idea is then we have Vander, Chewie, and Hondo. So Hondo doesn't want to disappear immediately, right? He doesn't Like, so if you for those of you who don't know Hondo, because not a ton of people actually farm Aphra, sadly. I mean, it's fine. She's like the least. She's very she's someone you don't have to get. Luxury is the word I was looking for. So, anyways, so Hondo is one of those characters that can make a huge difference. Though. So he locks someone down. If you kill a person, a character who is locked down before Hondo has taken like a couple more turns, basically, I don't want to. People who know the mechanics are going to say that that's slightly off, but I mean that's essentially what it is. You want to kill Aphra as soon as possible, and so you don't want to lock her down because then you can't shoot her. Because if you kill her, then Hondo goes away as well. So instead, we're locking down the primary DPS on this team, which is BT1, aka fake R2D2, and now we're just trying to kill Aphra. And then remember, folks, the best way to kill Aphra with dash is to do a basic, because he does 3 hits with his basic, but then every time he crits, which you should be critting at a pretty high rate, then he calls assists from other people and everyone gains a bunch of turn meter. And so you can do the AoE from dash, that's cool, but what you really want to do, you want to stun Aphra first with Han, and then dash is going to call basics to call everyone else to assist. Watch. See, I want to do the AoE, but instead, I'm just going to do a basic, and then we're going to call dash to do a basic there, and he'll call everyone else to assist. Now Aphra's gone, and we still don't want to kill BT1. May as well just take out Darth Vader real quick. He's about to take a turn. He's probably just going to do his AoE, but may as well not give him any kind of chance. And then here's BT1. I figured my AoE was going to kill him, but apparently it didn't. Gotta be careful here with HK. He can do some good damage, and that's it, folks. That's that. So 64. Not too bad against an Aphra team. And now we've got the Malgus squad. Just trying to, yeah, you see, remember last match, they did that exact same combo with Darth Revan hitting, and then Malak dispelling, and then Malgus going in and just one-shotting poor Revan. But this time, instead of bringing Hoda, I brought Jolie. So somehow Revan returned, guys. I don't know how that happened, but I hope you're demoralized, suitably demoralized by that. And now we're just kind of playing for time here. Like probably should have been trying to kill Talon. She's been out and available for death for a while now, but because I marked Basti, we're kind of just stuck doing that. So the real fight begins once Malgus is dead anyways. And so we're just waiting for Baby Cal to get his turn to kill Malgus, which we finally got it. So here, shoot him real quick. Slice his face clean off. Take out Talon. And now just kind of fiddle about for a while and not, no one really knows exactly what to do. I did mark Darth Revan there because I wanted to increase his cooldowns. Just because I don't want him to fear everyone. Especially now that we're shocked on Jedi Master Luke. That was going to be a little grim. Also, it's kind of nice a little bit to bait out those drains from Malicos. Malak. I mix these names up so much, folks. Kind of nice to just draw those out while Jedi Master Luke is taunting. And then finally, we got Luke to get off his hindquarters, kill Darth Revan, and now, we'll just keep playing with our food a little bit till it's time to kill Malak. I mean, we could stun, but that would heal him. Even though stunning is nice and reducing his max health and protection is nice, but I didn't want to full heal him again. It's just better to call it good. You don't need to play with fire too much. Now, let's see. He's got a Cere Malicos team, and Malicos only has 2 Omicrons, which is good because I slightly misplayed this. It slightly to very misplayed it, but there's no baby cow. I was like, there's no tank. This is pretty easy. My Bo-Katan on this account does not have the ignore taunt thing. And so the thing that's happening, and I didn't recognize this until later, folks, is you can see all the damage immunity floating around and appearing. Like Fulcrum has it, and so does Malicos. It's from whenever we try to apply healing immunity, they immediately, as a response from one of Malicos's uniques, they get damage immunity. And so the way you apply healing immunity is from a basic on IG-12. And I didn't really realize that that was happening. I was like, why are they getting all this? I mean, I realized that they're getting healing immunity, and so, you know, I understood the interaction, but I didn't know where that was coming from. It was IG-12's basic. So when you call him to assist, you got to be pretty cautious here. So he's got damage immunity again. At least I think it's IG-12. Who knows, man? Maybe I'm wrong. Well, Malicos throwing some rocks, man, and he just didn't quite manage to kill anyone. Remember, no one's available to revive here. Look at that, killed most of them. So I would have targeted Malicos there, but he had healing immunity, or damage immunity, sorry. So we couldn't do that to him. And so let's just shoot IG or OG Kylo here for a minute. Make sure that because he's damage immune, he's not going to even hit me back. May as well. We're going to play it safe. Try to get Bo-Katan to do the hitting for us. At this point, I was like, man, we got to be really cautious on how we're hitting Malicos, because if IG... yeah, well, you could see that. He called an assist, and luckily Bo-Katan was the one who hit and dispelled it. But, yeah, you just got to be cautious here, folks. You gotta learn how to deal with this. And so, Malicos, I think if he had his third Omicron, I don't think I would have survived that. But instead, we got a 65. So, obviously, I'm very skilled, and you should not question said skill. We got it. And in the back zone, he placed I mean, this is so weird, guys. He placed an Empire team. So, I don't know, like, people don't ever place Empire these days on defense in ships, unless they don't have the full Empire crew, but this guy has a big enough account, he should have that. I don't know, it's very strange. So, alright, they didn't put the right Cron on this team, and Malak is actually a good counter to this squad anyways, even if they have that, you have to damage everyone first before you can actually, you know, kill anyone. You know, damage everyone's health first before you can kill anyone. Cron, but they didn't have that. This is just you can't crit me Cron, and that's cool against a lot of other squads, but Malgus don't care about your crit immunity. He just does true damage. He just doesn't care, man. He just stomps all over it. 65, really easy fight. And now he's got Nightsisters, which are not relict, but I couldn't figure out what to do about them, because again, with Marin, they're gonna come back pretty quickly. Unfortunately for Marin, she got death mark early on, and so we could just smite her without any kind of revive available. And then, honestly, I barely made decisions here, guys, because of all the times I just hit back and countered and stuff. Like, they all just kind of died, and they happen to have death mark on them. Now, this was a really interesting thing, guys, because it's the last squad available to be able to fight, and you know, it's Phasma, and I'm like, okay, they've got a first order Cron here. They're going to do some damage. If I take, say, the Eternal Emperor here, probably he just straight up wins. But there's also that weird off chance that he just gets gunned down by a really good Cron, and I really didn't want that to happen. And so I had a few other good teams. We have Starkiller, we have, say, the Eternal Emperor, we have Traya. And so I was thinking about this for a long time. I was like, okay, if we're taking, say, the Eternal Emperor, we probably want some kind of a tank. We probably want, like, and we'll probably lose some banners. So instead, why don't we try 3-manning this? Because there's nothing here that's that scary. These are all just their leftover nonsense characters. And they didn't have, like, the first order Cron or anything. So the thing is, none of them are going to get past Savage. even though he's only Relic 5. Just no way that these guys are going to get past him. And so, you know, we're trying to kill First Order TIE Pilot because he's the one with the Foresight, who's handing out all the Foresight. And, you know, once you take him out, then their Foresight may remain for a little bit, but they're not going to get it back. And now we just go about our merry way, taking these poor fellows out as we see fit. So yeah, may as well kill the Stormtrooper there. No? Kill the, I guess Executioner is the biggest threat technically, but yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. That was questionable. I mean, it's all just like this is an easy fight. I probably could have hit auto, to be honest. Well, you want to get Isolate on First Order Stormtrooper and target First Order TIE Pilot first because he's got that Omicron. So I guess auto wouldn't have served us as well. But so we got the 67, which is probably higher than I would have. I would have probably chickened out with the Eternal Emperor and not taken. Like, not just taken him, like I probably would have, because he's only got 3 Zetas and he's kind of frail. I would have taken someone else. They would have killed that someone else and we would have gotten worse banners. So, all right, they've got Negotiator on defense. This isn't a build with Y-Wing, which is interesting. It means they have extra attack and stuff, and so I decided to try to snipe out Snips first, and that didn't really pan out very well. So I was like, okay, we probably should have just tried to kill. Should have tried to kill Anakin first instead, anyways. But one way or another, gladly they didn't get Plo Koon in. Oh, was that Plo Koon to start? Actually, now that I'm thinking of it. Oh no, no Plo Koon to start. It was Marauder with Snips and company. Okay. So just trying to figure out exactly what we want to do. I decided to do the AoE there and not bring in TIE Defender. Apparently for fun. I don't really know why. It was fun though. I'm happy to report that there was joy involved right there. Okay, so I just chose the ship that would get me the most banners back here, since it was the last play. 71, dropped 2 banners and fleets, that's fine. A couple blunders perhaps, but we got through it. Now this is the one that makes me the most scared, because it's Profundity against an Empire fleet with the... I mean, it used to have the Scythe. We did get some good assist there, assist RNG, but I mean the big scary part here, folks, is TIE Bomber, because once he does his AoE, like you just watched him do, now we can't assist on anything. I mean, now, so I've decided to bring in Biggs, just do his basic because no one can assist, but now Biggs can at least assist if someone does something cool, if they crit and you get the right RNG and all of that stuff. We're just basically trying to sit this out, because they still have Vader's TIE, which means I can't get rid of any of my target lock, which means TIE Bomber, unless we get buff immunity for TIE Bomber. The TIE Bomber is not going to be able to stop taunting. 97% on our ult. So close, guys. Alright, can we just take out that dude? Cool. How about that dude? Not quite. And they're doing a lot more damage than I had hoped that they would do, that's for sure. But I mean, we got the kill. Ended up being okay. Banner 72. That's fine. That's fine. Dropped 1 total. And now for this is the team that I always love getting this match, because first off, Malevolence can surprise you on a lot of different levels, but this counter is the one that's fairly consistent, guys. If you know what you're doing, you can usually get way higher than just your 73 that you average on other fleets. My 73 being the soft max. So, hey, look at that. We got a twofer right there. And I've explained it in other videos, folks. You can go watch my video on this specific fight, in fact, but you don't even use Marauder. Marauder, you get worse banners if you use it. So, just have Plo as your starting, or as your only reinforcement, and you still end up with 76 as your max. So that was a good RNG there, but you usually don't get less than like 73. So anyways, ended up with an 1841, which is a pretty good score. The soft max is 1850, 1853, something around there. So not a bad score to be found. So I suppose let's go find the results here. My opponent, I have no idea when they attacked. I checked after the attack phase was completely over. But let's see. So my opponent did not fail against my front zone or either of my bottom zones. So 7 teams in a row he beat, and then no idea if he beat the one team in the top zone first before he started attacking here. But I am happy to say that he failed twice on my Finn Zori team, which is enough to get me the win anyways. If you drop 1 fight to that team, that means you drop 20, and that puts you out of range to be able to beat me, unless you were somehow able to make all your banners back. I have no idea how his attacks were in terms of efficiency. I wasn't following along that closely, but we did get the win, which means we're in the finals next time, folks, and hopefully I think if we make it to if we win the finals, I think that means we make it back into Kyber 1, and we'll see how big of a punch we can take, because winning 3 matches in a row in this group may not be impossible, but it's going to put us in a group that's very strong. And so I guess keep following along. This one ended up being, I don't want to call it easy, but I was able to execute at the level I needed to, and this guy just ran out of teams, basically, even though he had Lord Vader and I did not. That's just how it goes, man. I did that a couple times. I think that same night, I didn't use my Galactic Legend. He just sat on the bench. On that same night on my main account, I did the exact same thing. I didn't use my Lord Vader at all. He just sat on the bench for the win for us. But all right, I'm blathering too much. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. We'll see you on the next one, folks.